Okay, folks, this is Slappy Kincaid. This video is going to be a walkthrough on how to install Linux Zorin onto your computer system and how to set it up so that you can actually use it. It's kind of a how-to for people who are, sorry for putting it this way, Linux illiterate and only know Windows. I'm making this specifically for a few friends of mine that you can see currently chattering away on Skype who actually have just recently been hacked again and keep getting hacked over and over and over again. And I've been trying to get them to make the transition over to Linux so that it will stop this from happening, but some of them are a little bit intimidated by it and don't seem to know how exactly to get it up and running. So that's who this video is mainly for, but it'll be out there on the YouTubes for anybody else who wants to try to figure out how to use it. So what I'm going to do, as you can see, I'm running this currently on my Linux Zorin partition. You can see Linux Zorin right here. It's the most Windows 7-like distro of Linux. I mean, it's built on Linux Ubuntu 12.04, so it's pretty much the same thing. The graphical user interface, the GUI, is just designed to be customizable to look like or to look like Windows 7, Windows XP, or the more traditional GNOME Linux platform. GNOME, however you want to pronounce it. Anyways, so this is the one that I recommend people who are complete newbies to Linux to use, because you're getting all the benefits of Ubuntu 12.04 while also having it in a layout that's easy to understand. I mean, as you can see, it looks almost like Windows fucking 7. You got your taskbar down here, got all your shit over here, volume control, blah blah blah. You know, you got your start menu right here. Same fucking layout as with Windows. So what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to show you how to do it from the very beginning, from install. So the best way I can do this and capture the whole process from beginning to end on camera is to install Linux Zorin on my VirtualBox on a virtual machine. So this part that you see here with doing the setup on VirtualBox, you don't need to worry about that part, because that's not going to be really relevant to your whole process of setting up Windows. This is just me getting this set up so that it's actually, so that you can see the whole process. So, come on, what is going on here? Storage to the disk. There we go. Zorin OS. And then network, bridged adapter, advanced, allow all. Okay, so from here we're going to basically proceed as though you had just inserted your Linux Zorin disk into your CD-ROM drive and booted it up. So, okay, view, switch to full screen. Okay, so you can see, please tell me it's not booting up Fedora. If this is booting Fedora, I'm going to punch this thing right in the fucking head. There we go. So we can see when you put your Linux CD, the beginning part is just like if you're installing Windows. You take the CD that you burn Linux Zorin onto, you put it in the CD-ROM drive of your computer, you close it. I know this sounds like plain common sense stuff, but literally I'm doing this in baby steps here. So this screen that you're seeing on the left, that's my actual physical computer here. in fact, I'm going to put that back up just because there's some things on the desktop you probably shouldn't be seeing. And the screen on the right, this is the Zorin virtual machine that I'm running. So when you boot up your computer with a Zorin disk in here, this is what you're going to see. You're going to see it running as a live CD. It'll give you your computer, your home folder, trash can, of course, and the install Zorin OS option. Now, Jules, talking to you here. Pay attention. If you're on WordPress or something else, go ahead and put that on hold and make sure you're paying attention here. So, here's what you're going to want to do. In case you run into any snags while trying to do this, this is an easy way that you can get some assistance from me while you're doing this. All you have to do, because keep in mind, this is running from the DVD player right now. It's not running from the hard drive. So as long as you got your internet still connected to the computer and you have the CD in the computer and running, you'll still be able to get online. So you get online to access this Skype chat that we're all in right now, so that you can say, hey, I'm having trouble, help. Just go to imo.im, select Skype, and then log on. As you can see, even before installing it onto your hard drive, before you even do the install, as you can see, you still have the ability to get online and come into the Skype group chat and say, hey, I need help. Can you help me out with this? See, right now it's actually updating as we speak. So here's the chat I was having with Tan before, blah, blah, blah. Here's the group chat we're in. It'll take a little while for it to fully update because the browser version of it is kind of shitty. But as you can see, fully functional. So, if you need help, just go to that website that I just typed in there and get help that way. This doesn't apply to any strangers who are watching this, by the way. This applies specifically to Jules and anybody else in that group chat who's going to need help with that, because that's mainly who I'm making this video for. Now, from the desktop, all you have to do is you click Install Zorin OS. We'll give it a moment to pull up, and then it'll walk you through the installer here. You press continue, hit continue. Now in this case, normally, Jules, what I would recommend to you is maybe doing a dual partition. Doing a partition is where, well, you know what, I'm not even going to record this. If you want to have like Windows on one partition and Linux Zorin on the other on your hard drive, then go ahead and ask me about that in the group chat when you're doing the installation process. I'll instruct you on how to use a disk partitioner. You would do something else, and then I can instruct you from there if you want to do it that way. But for this purpose, I'm just going to use the entire disk. So you go ahead and hit continue. I'm putting this on an 18 gig virtual drive. Now, as you can see, it's installing. All you gotta do is just click next, next, continue, next. Put in your time zone. So in your case, you're in Australia here. So you see the little cursor here? You just click where you're at in Australia. It'll set the time to that. Melbourne, I think, is your time zone. Click continue. English US. You don't have to worry about, well, do I go with Cherokee or Coleman or Dvorak or Macintosh keyboards? Don't worry about messing with all that. Just select English US for your keyboard. Just go with the standard. Because, I mean, now, for the sake of visual effect here, I'm going to put this one as Jules VM for this one. You'll put whatever you want for the name on it. I'll just go with the 1111 for the password on this, because it's going to be a virtual machine that I more than likely will end up deleting. So, but you put whatever you want for the password, hit continue. So as you can see, everything thus far is very straightforward and about the same complexity level as installing Windows. In fact, it's a lot simpler than installing Windows. Now, in your case, since it's going to be replacing Windows on there, you will want to make sure you F-disk the hard drive. Again, if you need help with that, just remember, pull up imo.im on your internet browser, log into your Skype, and ask me in the group chat. I'll walk you through it. That's a nice thing about most Linux Ubuntu-based installations is there's a live CD that you can utilize to get on the internet with, get on internet browsers and things like that with while you're installing it. See, like for example, right now it's installing. I can still pull up Google Chrome eventually. There we go. I only need one window. There we go. imo.im. Why is it coming up with this? imo.im. There we go. Skype. That is not correct. Oh, I probably have caps lock on. Okay, so as you can see, Jules, pay attention. This might look familiar. This is the chat that's going on right now that you are participating in. See where it says Spider? That's you. See, you will probably remember that comment while you're watching this. Anyways, so, as you can see, we can communicate through the Skype chat even though the system's not even yet installed, simply by virtue of running the live DVD in the CD-ROM drive, which I'm assuming you have burned to a disk from the file I sent you already. If you haven't, then fucking shame on you. Get that shit done. Now! Pause the video and fucking do it! Now, it's still finishing detecting hardware. This will just take a few minutes for it to finish installing. Man, I hope my mic is still fucking working. I don't want to have to record this a second fucking time again. Now note, installation finished. You can continue testing Zorin now, blah blah blah. You can fucking read, for Christ's sakes. Now, restart now. From here, just follow the directions. Press enter. Your computer will reboot. There you go. Go ahead and press enter where it says Zorin. Now, you put in your password, it'll log you on. From here, the first thing you want to do is install updates. Make sure all your updates are up to date. So what you do is you go to the Start menu. That's in the same place as it is on Windows. It's where the big blue Z is. Go up to Accessories. Click on the terminal, and this is very simple. Type in sudo space apt-get install updates. Now it doesn't do it very well on VirtualBox. Normally at this point you'd see a lot of text going on where it will be installing your updates, but it doesn't do it very well in VirtualBox. If that's a little bit too techy for you, the other way you can do it is you go to the Start menu, then go under, I believe in here it's System Tools, Administration, Update Manager. It will show you all available updates. Now in this case there are no updates to install. Let's check just to be on the safe side. Now as you can see, if we click on details, it is downloading a bunch of updates. All this stuff that you see going on here are updates that it's downloading. Loading software list. Alright, so these are all updates that you can download. So you just click where it says install updates. Put in your password. It's very easy stuff. I mean, it's not as complex and difficult as it looks. Most of it's just point, read, and click. I prefer to do it through the terminal because it's usually faster, but I mean, if the terminal's too overwhelming for you, that's something we can work on as you go along. Now, as you can see, everything's being downloaded. GIMP data, Perl base. Perl is a programming language. Bash, well, you'll learn about that as you go along if need be. You really won't even need to worry about what like Bash and things like that are unless you start getting into programming, which I'm pretty sure you're probably not going to, so don't even worry about that stuff. Pardon. this will take a while. Now, of course, while you're watching this, if you want, you can fast forward to the end of the applying changes part, because this part does take a while. I'm just not pausing it because I've learned with the Record It Now tool that it only pauses video, not audio, and I don't want that fucking things up. Although, more than likely, audio's already jacked up anyway. If my past experience serves me right, chances are the video's probably muted as we speak. Holy fuck, this is taking forever. Now remember, while these updates are taking place, this is still an opportune time to participate in that group chat. Oh, I wasn't aware I closed Chrome out. Remember, imo.im is a website to go to. Skype. Again, Skype. There we go. Alright, let me backtrack here. This is the only thing I don't like about using imo.im is it's not very user-friendly in my opinion, but it's, you know, fucking there. These I have already read. Close, close, close. So as you can see, yeah, 3 times your computer was hacked since the 8th of March. That's a lot. And Jules, by the way, ADSL isn't really cable. ADSL is typically DSL. So if your cable company is giving you ADSL internet, I would be calling them up and saying, what the fuck? Hey, Caden, what's up? Hello? Are you there? Can you hear me? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to call Caden from this one here. It might be that he can't hear me because my mic is currently preoccupied by recording this video. So I will have to view profile, call failed. Now, again, let's see if we can get this to fucking work. Yeah, it keeps failing. And yes, I know I have a lot of typos. I just don't give enough of a fuck right now to try to fix them. Call. Yeah, it's not working. Probably because I have Skype running on 2 different programs. Let me see here. Let's go ahead and close out Skype here. See if that fixes it over here. Problem with Skype on Linux is sometimes it can be kind of hinky. Oh, no fucking wonder. I set myself to away. Or not to away, but to offline. Well, I am a fucking dumbass. That was all me. That was my bad on that one. Okay. Sorry about that. I was on, I forgot I'd set the Skype on my desktop to offline.
I need you to walk Jules through getting her connection info.
Okay. Well,
You know, her
Okay. I'll try, but basically the thing is you think that she doesn't have her connection properly put behind a firewall or something?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. Well, hang on one second. Um, okay, hang on. I'm also kind of narrating the walkthrough I'm doing here while I'm talking to you. So, as you can see at this point here, the Flash plugin is not updating properly. That's okay. We're going to install that separately. So what I'm doing is I'm updating, I'm doing a full walkthrough on how to install Zorin from start to finish. That way I can get Jules online and say, okay, here, watch this, follow the instructions step by step. That's also why I had imo.im pulled up in here as well. That way I can tell her, okay, once you have the DVD on your computer and running, even while you're doing the install, you can still access the internet, go to that website and get into the group chat to say, "Hey, Slappy, I need help."
Right.
I know the way I'm doing it sounds kind of condescending, but I think, you know what? I'm just going to do it in baby steps. That way, there's absolutely no confusing parts.
Right. That's probably for the best.
Yeah. So, in fact, this is actually all being recorded on YouTube right now.
Perfectly fine with that.
All right. Good deal. So, yeah, right now I'm actually just doing this conversation because right now I'm going through the process of installing updates, and it's only like halfway done. And unfortunately, I'm using the Record It Now program, which when you hit pause, only pauses video. It doesn't pause audio. So when you hit unpause, the video and the audio are seriously out of whack. So basically, I'm just having to record a long ass fucking video.
That's a shame.
It is what it is. But I mean, here's the thing. If she actually does F disk her hard drive and then replace the Windows with Zorin, that would actually solve 99.9% of the problems there. I mean,
Right.
fuck, it's not like she's running any huge MMO type games or anything. She
Right.
the most temperamental program she's going to be running that I'm aware of is IMVU. And that's easy enough to install on Linux. She doesn't have to worry about running things like fucking, Perfect World International or fucking World of Warcraft or anything like that. So,
Right.
um, you know, TitanPad, WordPress, those are all browser based. So, I mean,
Yeah. Can I ask you a quick question?
yeah,
Who is Lord Tit?
Tit?
Lord Titanus.
Not sure. Oh, I think that's Jules's other friend who does a lot of stuff on YouTube. He does those like Call of Duty reenactment type things or something.
Right. She said that he was the person who helped her when she was hit the last time.
Um, what, you don't think he put a keylogger or anything on there, do you?
At this point, I don't trust anyone who's touched that computer.
Very true. I'm not sure. It's possible, and that's again that's why I keep telling her, look, just dump the Windows because, I mean, the thing is, she's ran Malwarebytes and all the other antivirus programs she has. What, fucking 50 times, and this shit still keeps happening. She's obviously got a hooked keylogger in there.
Well, it's either that or somebody is going after the mods.
Well, one of the
I
mods at
mean,
least.
it's possible. I mean, she has a shit ton of mods.
Well, in my honest opinion, I think the only people who should have mod rights on there are also ones who are running either Mac or Linux. Simply because those are the best protected systems. Those are the ones where if somebody's like, okay, somebody hacked a mod, we could be like, well, it wasn't me because I'm not really hackable. It had to have been one that's a sitting duck, like a Windows system.
And obviously, it's not me.
Well,
It's very difficult to hack me.
Yeah.
Even though I'm running Windows.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's not like we're dealing with really,
We're
really
not dealing.
tech-savvy people. We're dealing with script kiddies.
Right.
And the thing is, you know, I mean that's pretty evident as to the fact that I haven't been touched at all, mainly because my system isn't one that they're able to penetrate. So,
Can I ask you a question about IMVU client hacking?
sure,
I
go
know,
ahead.
I know it requires a Linux-based system. I know
Okay.
that much.
Right.
Are you capable of hacking people within rooms without being in the room?
Just for legal purposes and everything, I think we should probably discuss that when we're not on something that's going to be on YouTube.
Yeah, true.
Just because,
Uh,
yeah. Honestly, I'm not sure, but yeah, go ahead.
the reason why I asked that is that they, Drew and Jules both mentioned that they were hacked while they were in a room.
Right.
My question is who else was in that room with them?
Well, I mean, and here's the thing: is it is possible to, and we were talking about this before. You Tan, and I, we were if they're if they're on the IMVU client and all in the same room, it is possible for somebody to come into that room with basically, how can I put it, for lack of a better word, an infected AVI, an AVI that has basically that they've already got a keylogging um, a keylogger script already kind of set and ready to go, and go into the client with that and hit the hit all the other users within that room, because since they're all on the client together, they're all sending information back and forth. So it serves the same purpose basically as trying to embed a keylogger into a file and send it to somebody else where they would accept it and download it. So that then becomes kind of an infectious environment where it is possible for somebody to come in and get that kind of access. So it is possible. Now, that being said, if you have a good firewall system, and since more than likely we're dealing with just script kiddies who are Googling DOS based keylogging scripts that they're just copying and pasting and using those, if she has a Linux or a Mac based system, they'll basically throw it at her and it'll bounce off because they'll be speaking two separate languages. Now, hold on one quick second. Going back to the narration here, really quick. As you can see, updates are all the updates have been now installed, so the system is now up to date as far as general updates go. What we want to do from here now is go to the Ubuntu Software Center, wait for it to load. I'm doing this on VirtualBox right now, so it's taking a little bit more time than normal. Then type in Adobe Flash. You need to install the Adobe Flash. Oh, okay, Adobe is plugged in, so that's all set and ready to go. Need to make sure that's installed though, because Adobe, even though it's a free to use service, it's not open source. They're what's the word I'm looking for? Their drivers are proprietary, so you have to download those separately. Now what we're gonna do is we're going to pull up the terminal. So go to the start menu, accessories, and then terminal, and we want to type in here sudo space apt dash get space install dash ubuntu dash restricted dash drivers. These will take care of things like your video card and any other. Oh, I misspelled that. That's why it didn't work. But these will take care of your video card and all those other things. So copy, paste. It didn't work that time because I made a typo. Put in Ubuntu restricted instead of restricted. Wait, hang on. Install. Oh, I also accidentally put in a dash there. See, this is what happens when I'm paying attention to multiple different things. So it's going to be install space Ubuntu restricted drivers, not dash. Now, again, it doesn't work as well on VirtualBox, probably because, again, I'm in VirtualBox right now and it's already been installed on my physical drive. But you will see in the terminal it making sure your restricted drivers are up to date. You also should see a little pop-up when you install that you can click on and get them installed that way as well. So that makes sure all bases are covered. Now for the basic stuff. If you want to install Skype and run Skype, it's very simple. Go to skype.com. Do it just like you're doing it on a Windows system. Click on Downloads. Then scroll down. Scroll down. Where it says choose your distribution, click on the arrow and select Ubuntu Multi-Arch. Click Keep. Now it's going to take 3 minutes to download that. Sorry about that, Caden. As you were saying? If I can have it. Yeah.
Processing all this information in my head while I'm talking to Jules.
All right. By the way, tell her tell her I do apologize if it comes off like I'm being condescending with this. I'm not meaning to be. I am still kind of frustrated, and some of that's probably showing through. I do apologize for that, but I'm just trying to make this as plain English as possible. Because I know with a lot of people, and I'm sure it's probably the same with her, she's probably thinking, holy shit, this is overwhelming, and when people get overwhelmed, even simple shit. Well, it's not only that they'll quit, but just simple shit becomes brain surgery to them. It's like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, what's 2 plus 2? Fucking pickles, I don't know. They run to their fridge. Is this milk still good? What year is it? You know, and it's just how people operate mentally. Just because mental overload, everything vapor locks. So, I mean, I had the same issue when I was trying to help my next door neighbor figure out how to differentiate between his C drive and D drive. I took his old laptop hard drive and put it on his computer as basically a D drive for data storage. He couldn't get it because he's literally completely tech illiterate. So he was so overwhelmed by that I'm like, okay, C drive, what you see on your screen. D drive, all your pictures and documents and everything. So, wait, well, which one is... I'm like, okay, god damn it. You know. Anyways. So that's that. Now, the download is just about done. As you can see, it is now downloaded. It should open up your software center from there with... Okay, maybe it didn't this time. It just went straight to the software center. Normally, when you're doing the regular download, it will... There we go. It'll pull up Skype in your software center. Now, all you got to do here is click on the button where it says Install. Very straightforward. Put in your password. And now it's installing, of course. She's probably going to be pissed at me about this. She's going to be like, I'm not a fucking moron. Alright. I'm literally actually installing Linux Zorin on a VirtualBox on my Linux Zorin partition on my hard drive. So I'm doing a Zorin inside a Zorin. It's kind of funny. You still there, man?
Yeah, I'm still
Okay.
here.
Now I'm really hoping that my mic is still working. The last time I did a video with the Record It Now thing, halfway through, the audio just fucking dropped. So, yeah. But the important part is, as long as at least the first part got through and Jules knows enough to use the imo.im website from a browser on the live CD, pardon me, then I can at least walk her through the rest from there. I'm telling you this much, if she still refuses to switch to Linux after I've gone through the hassle of making this for her, I'm probably going to flip out because I'm like, bitch! Anyways, so from here, Skype should, now the download is finished. Let's go ahead and minimize our windows. Then we go down to the start menu, the big old Z in the lower left hand corner. Then go to Internet. And then right there, Skype. We see Skype is right there. We double click on Skype and eventually it will pull up Skype. There we go. I agree. We type in our login. So, as you can see, we are now logged in to Skype. You can see our history of what's going on there. Show history. There we go. Show history. Let's go into one of these conversations, you know. It's pretty fucking straightforward. Recent chats. All you gotta do to get recent chats, click on the little Skype icon in the lower left hand corner. Go up to recent chats. There's your recent chats. Fucking net ninjas and hacks, AOLs and blah blah. I'm guessing that's a group chat we're in. Boom! There we go. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, there we are. So, we can see the conversation right here. Just like you see on my physical hard drive. There we go. Sign out from here. That's how to get Skype. Now, WordPress and TitanPad, those are all internet browser based. So you don't have to worry about doing any installs for those. They will work just like on your Windows system, just by going to the websites for them. So the only other part we need to worry about is, okay, how do I install IMVU on here? Very simple. I've shown this in my other video, but just for the purpose of being thorough and complete, I will show how to do it here. Go to imvu.com. Scroll down to where you download. Click download. Download it. Click keep. Then right click on the download. Do not left click, but right click it. Then click on show in folder. It will pull up a folder with the IMVU install file. Then you right click on that. Scroll down to where it says properties. Click on the permissions tab. Then put a check mark where it says allow executing file as program. Then go ahead and close that. Right click on it again. Then click where it says open with Wine Windows Program Loader. From there, Wine will run. And now I'm just waiting for the IMVU client to finish installing. It's doing about 1% per second. Holy shit, we've been on this call for over 20 minutes now. So that means this video is going to be something like 40 fucking minutes. Honestly, I think the only reason why she hasn't switched those is just because, like I said, it's something new and she's worried that it might, she might not be able to get it working properly, and then she'll be without her computer entirely, and etc., etc. The funny thing is as long as her CD-ROM drive works, and I'm not sure if she quite realizes this, but if she has the install DVD, even if her hard drive goes completely tits up on her, she can still do Skype and TitanPad and everything else, even without a hard drive. She can pull her hard drive completely out of the computer and still be minimally impacted by that as long as she's got the install disk. Because all she's got to do is put it in, boot it up, pull up an internet browser, go to imo.im to get on Skype, and then pull up another browser tab to do her WordPad or her TitanPad. That's what I find kind of amusing about the whole thing.
What I don't seem to understand is that if they're using a hooked keylogger, like you say, why hasn't TitanPad been attacked?
Well, honestly, I'm thinking that whoever's doing it, their goal isn't really to cause complete destruction. I think they're just trying to fuck up little things to...
Deleting a shit ton out of a group page from IMVU isn't something little.
Well, no, but I'm pretty sure they're aware that all those files are backed up on, I think it's WordPad. That is what it is, WordPad, right? No, not WordPad. What was
They're backed up on the main site.
Right, what is the main site? That's through, what was it? It's Word something. Anyways.
You're referring to TitanPad. TitanPad is something different. It's not backed up on there.
Well, no, not on TitanPad, but the other program. It's run through Word something or other. I can't remember. WordPress, that's it. But anyways, hang on. Getting back to the install. As you can see, I downloaded IMVU. If we log in... Very simple. As you can see, IMVU logs in from here, and you just use it as normal. From this point, you would just use your Linux Zorin computer, your system, like you would your Windows 7 system. It would just proceed as normal. If you want to go on IMVU, just simply double-click on the IMVU icon. It'll launch Wine and pull up the IMVU client. If you want to go on WordPress, go ahead and pull up your internet browser, go to CalendarChronicles.com, hang on, or is it TheCalendarChronicles.com?
The Calendar Chronicles.
Yep. There we go. Type in the web, oh wait, hang on. Oh, I accidentally put it in as THA. Damn it, I am really prone to typos lately. Wow, and that's CARRAN. I have been making a lot more typos lately than normal. That's actually kind of concerning to me. Well, it's probably because I'm...
Don't feel bad.
Oh, I think it's probably because I'm also still so fucking... What the fuck?! Still not pulling up. Okay, fuck this. Google. we go. You know the web address, so you fucking put it in. I just Googled it because I'm sick of dealing with the fucking typos. But as you can see, pulls up just fine. It's taking a little while to load because, again, I'm running this through VirtualBox. So, it's basically 2 operating systems running simultaneously. One of which is only on an 18 gig hard drive with, like, maybe a gig of RAM. But yeah, right there. Same with TitanPad. You just do it through the browser. For Skype, just go down to Zorin, or to the start menu, go under Internet, select Skype. You can even set a desktop icon for it if you want. Just from there, wow, tracers. Double click Skype. There we go. It's very simple. All the things that you use your computer for currently, you just do as normal from this point. Should be pretty simple from this point forward. If you have troubles, again, just ask me through Skype. So that concludes it for this video. Hopefully it worked properly. This is Slappy Kincaid. If anybody else out there needed to use this for help on how to get Ubuntu set up, go ahead and leave your comments or questions in the comments below. Yeah, and thanks for watching. Bye.